Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Red Raceway, home of the Wrecking Reds. Today we have an interesting qualifying session for you all today. This is the course and the first ever race for these marbles, as there are 2 marbles per team. First we have starting off is Woody from Woody Racers. He is going to start off. He's got a pretty good go. There is no scoring at the end of the track, so it'll be once they cross the finish line after the escalator, which is actually a huge part because, as you can see, they get stuck very easily, and Woody is not gonna have a good time after being stuck on the thing. This will very much so affect the race, as they are going to hit that mark a lot. And Woody puts up a time of 25 seconds. All right, next up we have Sylvie from Tears. Let's see if she can get up the ramp way faster than Woody did on his first lap. That was the main struggle. It seemed that he had put a lot of speed into it, but got stuck on the escalator. Let's see if Sylvie can do any different. It looks to be better. We'll see what the scoring says. It's a little slow. This is also a great spot on the ramp in the race, because if you were on that wall, you get a little trapped when you are going on that hit. Otherwise, you fall off. But this is there to ensure the marble safety, but it also slows you down. Sylvie with a time of 20.662, which will be way faster than what Woody's score was. All right, next up we have Ocean from Oceanics, rocking the lava blue scheme. Already looks to be a pretty quick start going through the multiple turns. Can they get up the escalator fast? They do. I think this might be a good time for Ocean, but they are going to have a slower launch off the escalator. Barely by 0.4 beats Sylvie at the line. That'll bump them up to the top spot. Alright, next up we have Red from Wrecking Red. This is their home stadium, as it is Red Raceway. Let's see if they can put up a good performance. There again is 2 marbles per team, so we'll see another Wrecking Red member later on in qualifying. Great launch onto the escalator, but once again it's going to get a little slower time because it's not on the wall. 0.509. That is a little slower, but it is enough to beat Sylvie, so it'll be a second on the leaderboard. Alright, next up is Snow from the Snowballs. Like I said, right now the current lineup would be Ocean from Oceanics and Red on the top row from Wrecking Red, which isn't good for Snow, as she is completely slammed into the escalator and missed. But gets a good launch of the escalator and will go 4th as of right now over Woody, who had the worst time getting stuck on the escalator. Alright, it's Poop from the Dumps, which is a very interesting team name and entry to this race. Gets a good launch. I feel like this is going to be a good time as long as they don't get stuck on the escalator. They get a great hit on the escalator, once again on the far left side, but it appears if you get a good launch on the escalator, you don't get a great spot in the middle. I think that is the second fastest time, 0.05 off from the pole position though. Alright, next up we have Banana from the Bananas. It's a very unique name for the team and a not very unique name for the racer, but it's okay. They probably tried their hardest. Not a great hit on the escalator, but it's on the right side, so can we get a good time? 20.208. That is literally 0.001 off from the pole position. Alright, something interesting I wanted to point out before Spook takes her turn. These 3 are not very easy to get on for the ramp. So when you're going up the escalator, you want to try and avoid getting stuck on those 3, because I don't think there's really much room to get through. I don't even think it is possible for these marbles to get on that part, as Spook gets a little stuck. But with that being said, it'll again just be interesting as they're racing for position when they get stuck there. if it affects him in any way. 21.253. That'll be a fourth place right in front of Snowy and Woody. All right, next up we have Bowman from the Warriors. I love the scheme on this. It's a nice white with a little red pattern on it. Very unique. Let's see if they can get a nice unique pull position. It is a great launch onto the escalator, but will that triangle mess them up on the exit? We shall see, and the time is 20.550, which is barely faster than Poop from earlier, which will mean he will take the third spot. All right, next up on the list is Knight, also from the Warriors. It looks like it's a little slow start, but is able to get it back on these turns. And the thing, I think most of the qualifying is gonna be up this escalator, which Knight has a terrible time getting on there, and will also have a triangle to deal with when exiting. So I don't think this will be much of a fast time now. 25:45, which will just be ahead of Spook, but it is pretty low on the list. All right, 2 more marbles for the first round. As you can see, a hacker from the Hacks is going through the thing. Once again, kind of just like a little add-on to their name, just like the Bananas were. Hacker, not good time at all. This is gonna be just. I think this is gonna be worse than Woody. This is not good at all for a hacker. He is unbelievably stuck and struggling to get on there. He eventually gets there, but that was very close to being even more stuck on those 3 lines that I was talking about earlier. This is a terrible time, 29 seconds. I don't think he'll be moving on to the 12 marble quali race, which will be decided later on. But you never know, as Woods is up for the Woody Racers. That is a slow corner for the Woods. I don't think that 12 marbles will finish worse than 29 seconds, but anything's possible, like I said, for a hacker, as Woods is also getting stuck, just like Woody has. Very hopeful for hacker, but I still think he will get a faster time. It will be close, though. Not good for the Woody Racers at all. All right, as Sylvester is getting ready to go, the 12 marbles that are currently on the screen are the marbles moving on to the qualification race, which would be like a 3-lap shootout for the marbles to try and get the pole position. But if your marble is not on the screen, that means their time is not fast enough. But for Sylvester, your marble could be in, as they have a pretty fast time right now. I feel like this is a great time, actually, 20.265, which will go to third on the list right now, knocking off Hacker. All right, now we have Aqua from the Oceanics. If your marble is in green, that means they are already moving on, because there's no possible way for them to get under the 12 marble limit with only 11 marbles left to go. So as we can see with Aqua, it gets a little stuck there. It'll probably be a slower time than the top 3, but still potentially a great time, as they go through the line at 28.75, which will be the, I think, 7th quickest, which isn't great, but it is still good enough for right now. Sorry about that. It was actually the 8th quickest, but that still knocks out Woody. He is currently not going to make it onto the quali round. This is a wrecker. Once again, home field track with the Wrecking Red team. And going up the escalator, gets a little hit and slowed down entering the escalator. But I think this still could be a good time. Haven't seen anyone hit 19, and it'll stay that way. But Wrecker goes P1 and will be safe from elimination. But Woods is out too. Like I said, Woody Racers not a great start to their season for qualification. All right, next week we have Glacier, also from the snowballs. Kind of makes sense. Some balls are glaciarized when you are throwing them. They aren't very patterned as snowballs are. But anyways, this looks to be a very fast run. Can they continue it with the escalator? No, they can't. This is not going to look good for them. They need to get to the top 12 to qualify good. Still not terrible, 21,873. Glacier is actually eliminated in the 13th spot as of right now. So that is very unfortunate for them, not the day they wanted for qualifying. And Snow is also on the bubble. Not a great day for the Snowballs as well as the Woody Racers. All right, back with the dumps. We have Diarrhea with the Lava Brown paint scheme, which is very interesting. It does flow like diarrhea, I guess. But this is a very interesting team name, like I said. I'm not sure how this was allowed into the entries, but we are commentating over them, and they are getting stuck. Is not good looking time. Maybe can break the early 21s. Doesn't look like it. And they will also be eliminated from the next round as they also fall off, which doesn't affect them because they already crossed the line. But we will have to look into that for safety concerns. That is not what we want to be seeing happening with these marbles. We want a good, clean race, and we will have to fix that up. All right, next up is Ripe. For some reason, they have a blue trail. I'm not really sure why, but it is different from the rest, so it does make them unique and stand out. So if you are a Ripe fan, you can easily tell them on the field. Now that I'm saying this out loud, this could be a great strategy, and this could also be a great qualifying time as they cross the line. No, it's not. 21.491, which is good enough to keep them in for the next round for now, but it does knock out Snow. Next up, we have Pumpkin from the Spooksters, and we have the number 0 that looks like a pumpkin. Isn't quite, but you get the idea. We tried our best for the paint scheme of this. Right now, we are looking for a great, clean escalator, and that's what we got. So I think this is a good enough time to go on. And the 12, it is 20.254, which is currently the 4th fastest time, and that'll keep them in for the start. But that will knock out Ripe, who just qualified. All right, next up is Program. Currently on the chopping block is Spook. Program needs to be at least a 21.253 with 2 other marbles left to go after him, so he probably wants to get higher to get a little bubble, and I think he will do that. This could be a pole position time. You'll have to see, as it is very quick. The time will be 22.55. That is not as quick, but it'll get him up to the 4th spot again. But it will knock out Spook from the Spooksters. Alright, we are down to our last 2 marbles to qualify. And the only 2 marbles that can get out right now are Aqua and Knight. Currently on the go is Pepperoni from Pizzeria. Next up, we have Cheesy from Pizzeria. They are both looking to qualify good, and this is not going to be a great time at all for the Pepperoni fans. They are going to be going home with a 21.251, which is not quick enough for the top 12, which means Aqua is safe, but Knight still on the chopping block. Safe for now. Alright, once again, this is the last marble to take the track. It is Cheesy from Pizzeria. They need to get very quick onto the escalator if they want any chance of making the top 12. The Knight from Hackers or Warriors is looking on, hoping for a slower time, but it's not looking that way as Cheesy is setting up a great lap, and it will be a great lap, knocking off Knight, which will be not good for them. And that means our top 12 is settled, and we will have our qualification 3-lap race with these marbles that are currently on your screen. Top 12 positions of the race, they are in their qualifying order, and for the pole, as Sylvester gets a great lead, Poop following as well as Banana. But again, they need to get on this escalator as fast as they can before the competitors have a chance to go up. And Sylvester does just that. And they are also rotating to the right, which is very great strategy-wise, as it doesn't give them. It gives them an extra boost as they don't hit the triangle. And Sylvester has a great lead over Banana and Program, who are following in suit. Sylvester getting a great launch onto the escalator again. Banana is 2 rows back. It is all about who can get on the escalator, as Pumpkin is very much struggling right now and will probably get 12th. But again, Sylvester is trying to close this out on the final lap, but it's really a close battle between Program, Banana, and Aqua. Let's see who gets to the line. It's going to be Sylvester, Poop, Banana, Program, Cheesy, and Ocean who are battling right now, and it'll be Cheesy who gets the line first. Ocean, Sylvie, Aqua, Bowman, Wrecker, and Pumpkin, and I guess Red. Very slow time will get to the 12th spot, but as you can see, Sylvester with the fastest time, or quickest to the line, will have the pole position, and Cheesy with the fastest lap for that round, but that does not really matter. They will start 5th for tomorrow's event. Once again, I'm David Goggles. Thank you so much for watching the qualifying session at Red Raceway. Tomorrow will be the 18-lap race between these marbles. Who will get the win? I'll have to find out. Once again, I'll see you tomorrow.